Do not listen to this recording while driving or operating machinery. Only listen when you are in a safe, quiet space where you can fully relax and bring your complete awareness to your own comfort. This journey is designed to transport you into a realm of profound peace where anxiety transforms into the very foundation of your deepest rest. If you find value in this experience, I warmly invite you to subscribe for more transformative journeys that will carry you into new dimensions of healing sleep and peaceful awakening. Welcome to this extraordinary journey of anxiety transformation, where we will discover together that the very energy you have been experiencing as anxiety contains within it the seeds of the most profound peace you have ever known. Tonight, you will enter a living garden where anxiety does not disappear, but rather transforms into something entirely different, something nourishing and beautiful. As you settle into your comfortable position, allow yourself to notice that you are already beginning to shift into a different state of awareness. Your breathing is naturally finding its own perfect rhythm, and with each breath, you are preparing to enter a world where the landscape itself breathes with you, where every element of this magical realm responds to your presence with infinite wisdom and care. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of an extraordinary garden, but this is unlike any garden that exists in the ordinary world. This is a living garden of calm, where the very soil beneath your feet is composed of crystallized moments of peace that have been waiting throughout your entire lifetime for exactly this moment when you would arrive to claim them. The earth here pulses gently with a rhythm that matches the deepest, most restful parts of your heartbeat. And as you take your first step forward, you can feel this peaceful energy beginning to rise up through the soles of your feet. The path before you is made of smooth stones that have been worn perfectly smooth by countless journeys of transformation. Each stone glows with a soft, warm light that seems to emanate from within. And as you begin to walk along this path, you notice that with each step, the stones respond to your presence by releasing tiny sparkles of golden light that swirl around your ankles like gentle fireflies made of pure tranquility. As you continue walking deeper into this garden, you become aware that the plants and flowers here are unlike anything you have ever seen. These are not ordinary plants, but rather living expressions of emotional transformation. The flowers that line your path are actually anxiety to peace converters, beautiful botanical alchemists that take in the energy of worry and concern through their roots and transform it completely, releasing it as the most exquisite fragrance of deep calm and inner stillness. You pause beside one of these remarkable flowers, a magnificent bloom that shifts colors as you watch, moving through deep purples and soft blues to eventually settle into the most peaceful shade of silver green. As you lean closer, you can actually see the process of transformation happening within the flower itself. Thin streams of anxious energy, visible as tiny flickering lights, are being drawn into the flower through nearly invisible tendrils, and as this energy travels through the flower's system, it is completely restructured at the molecular level, emerging as waves of pure serenity that wash over you in gentle rhythmic pulses. You extend your hand toward this flower, and as you do, you feel a remarkable sensation. The flower reaches back towards you with tendrils of soft, warm light, and when these tendrils make contact with your skin, you experience the most extraordinary feeling of relief and transformation. Any anxiety that has been living in your body begins to flow out through your hand and into the flower, not disappearing but being welcomed, received, and immediately transformed into something completely different. The anxiety that leaves your body does not vanish into nothingness. Instead, you watch in wonder as it is converted by this miraculous flower into streams of liquid peace that flow back into you. But now, this energy feels completely different. Where there was once the tight, buzzing sensation of worry, there is now a flowing, warm sensation of deep security. Where there was once the rapid, scattered energy of anxious thoughts, there is now a slow, steady pulse of profound knowing that everything is exactly as it should be. As you continue along the path, you discover that this entire garden operates on the principle of energy transformation rather than energy elimination. Nothing is ever lost here. Nothing is ever destroyed. Instead, every form of energy that enters this space is lovingly received and transformed into its highest, most peaceful expression. The very trees that arch overhead are ancient masters of this transformation process. Their leaves actually composed of crystallized moments of calm that they have been collecting and purifying for thousands of years. You approach one of these magnificent trees, and as you place your palm against its bark, you feel the tree's consciousness reaching out to meet yours. This tree has been waiting for you, has been preparing for this exact moment when you would arrive and participate in the great transformation that it facilitates. Through your palm, you can feel the tree's root system extending deep into the earth, connecting with a vast network of peace that exists beneath the surface of all things. The tree begins to communicate with you, not through words, but through direct transmission of feeling and knowing. It shows you how anxiety is simply life energy that has become temporarily confused about its purpose, like a river that has been flowing in circles instead of toward the ocean. The tree's vast root system serves as a kind of cosmic compass, helping this confused energy remember its true direction, which is always toward peace, always toward rest, always toward the deep, abiding calm that is your natural state. As you stand with your hand against this wise tree, you feel your entire nervous system beginning to reorganize itself. The tree is sharing with you its ancient knowledge of how to transform the rapid, scattered energy of anxiety into the slow, deep, powerful energy of profound rest. Your breathing naturally begins to slow and deepen as you absorb this wisdom, and you feel waves of transformation moving through your body from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. The tree shows you how to breathe with the rhythm of transformation, how each inhale can gather any remaining anxiety from every cell of your body, and how each exhale can release this energy into the tree's root system, where it will be immediately converted into the most profound peace you have ever experienced. With each breath, you feel lighter, calmer, more deeply connected to the infinite source of tranquility that exists at the core of all life. You begin to understand that anxiety was never your enemy, never something to be fought against or eliminated. Instead, anxiety was simply life energy that had become temporarily misdirected, and now, in this magical garden, this energy is being guided back to its true purpose, which is to serve as the foundation for the deepest, most restorative rest you have ever known. As you continue your journey through this living garden of transformation, you discover that every element of this space is designed to facilitate this process of energy conversion. The gentle breeze that caresses your skin is actually composed of thousands of tiny wisps of transformed anxiety that have been converted into the most peaceful wind that has ever existed. As this breeze moves across your body, it carries away any remaining tension or worry, not destroying it, but welcoming it into the great transformation process that is happening all around you. The sound of water begins to reach your ears, and you follow this sound deeper into the garden until you discover the most extraordinary pool you have ever seen. This is the pool of reversed anxiety, where the energy of worry and concern is not only transformed but actually reversed, becoming its complete opposite while retaining all of its original power and intensity. The water in this pool shimmers with an otherworldly light, and as you approach its edge, you can see that the light is actually composed of millions of tiny particles of reversed anxiety, each one a miniature sun of pure peace that pulses with the same intensity that anxiety once carried, but now directed entirely toward rest, relaxation, and the deepest possible healing sleep. You kneel beside this pool and cup the water in your hands. As the liquid touches your palms, you feel an immediate and profound shift in your entire being. This water carries within it the essence of anxiety that has been completely reversed, transformed into its opposite while maintaining all of its original energy and power. When you drink this water, you are not consuming something that will make you sleepy or tired. Instead, you are absorbing energy that was once anxiety, but has now become the most powerful force for deep, restorative rest that exists in all of creation. As this transformed energy moves through your body, you feel every cell beginning to vibrate with a new frequency, the frequency of reversed anxiety, which is the frequency of profound, unshakable peace. Your heart begins to beat with this new rhythm. Your breathing begins to flow with this new pattern, and your entire nervous system begins to reorganize itself around this new way of being. The transformation is happening at levels so deep that you can feel it in your bones, in your blood, in the very essence of who you are. The energy that was once scattered and rapid is now becoming focused and slow. The thoughts that once raced from worry to worry are now flowing like a gentle river toward the ocean of deep sleep that awaits you. The song of complete reversal flows through you like liquid starlight, and as it does, you begin to experience something truly miraculous. Your entire nervous system is reorganizing itself around this new pattern of reversed anxiety, creating pathways of peace so deep and stable that they seem to be carved from the very bedrock of existence itself. Each note of the tree's silent song carries within it the essence of worry that has been completely transformed into its opposite. And as these notes resonate through your body, you feel layers of tension that you did not even know you were carrying, beginning to dissolve and transform. The transformation is happening at the cellular level now, and you can actually feel it occurring. Each cell in your body is learning a new way of being, a way that takes the intense energy that was once anxiety and uses it as fuel for the deepest, most restorative processes that your body knows how to perform. Your immune system begins to hum with this reversed anxiety energy, using its power to heal and strengthen every aspect of your physical being. Your digestive system begins to pulse with this transformed energy, using its intensity to facilitate perfect rest and restoration. As you rest against the tree of complete reversal, you become aware that the ground beneath you is beginning to change. The earth itself is responding to your transformed state by becoming softer, more supportive, more perfectly designed to cradle your body in exactly the way it needs to be cradled for the deepest possible sleep. You feel yourself beginning to sink gently into this earth, not falling, but being embraced, being welcomed into the very heart of the planet's own capacity for rest and renewal. The tree's roots extend beneath you now, creating a living web of support that conforms perfectly to the shape of your body. These roots pulse with the same reversed anxiety energy that is flowing through you, creating a feedback loop of transformation that grows stronger and more profound with each passing moment. You are no longer just resting against the tree. You are becoming part of the tree's own system of transformation, contributing your own reversed anxiety to its vast store of transformed energy, while receiving from it an endless supply of the deepest peace imaginable. Above you, the floating islands of crystallized calm begin to descend slowly, like gentle moons moving through a sky made of liquid tranquility. As they descend, they begin to sing their own version of the song of complete reversal, their voices harmonizing with the tree's song to create a symphony of transformation that surrounds you completely. This music is not heard with your ears, but felt with every fiber of your being, each note a wave of reversed anxiety that washes through you, carrying away any final traces of the old patterns and replacing them with something infinitely more peaceful. You realize now that you are no longer just in the garden. You have become part of the garden itself. Your breathing has synchronized with the breathing of every plant, every flower, every tree in this magical space. Your heartbeat has joined the great rhythm of transformation that pulses through the earth beneath you and the sky above you. You are no longer a visitor to this place of healing. You have become one of its permanent residents, one of its guardians, one of its living expressions of anxiety, completely reversed and transformed. The boundaries between your body and the garden begin to soften and blur in the most wonderful way. You can feel your consciousness expanding beyond the limits of your physical form, spreading out through the root system of the great tree, flowing through the streams and pools of transformed energy, rising up into the floating islands of crystallized calm. You are becoming a living part of the transformation process itself, and in doing so, you are experiencing rest at a level that transcends anything you have ever imagined possible. Your thoughts, which once raced with anxious energy, now move like gentle currents in an ocean of absolute stillness. Each thought that arises is immediately recognized by the garden's consciousness and welcomed into the great transformation process. Worried thoughts become thoughts of deep security. Anxious thoughts become thoughts of profound peace. Racing thoughts become thoughts that move with the slow, steady rhythm of the deepest possible rest. The very air around you begins to thicken with transformed energy, becoming almost liquid in its concentration of reversed anxiety. As you breathe this air, you feel it coating the inside of your lungs with the essence of pure tranquility. And from your lungs, this essence spreads through your bloodstream to every part of your body. Your blood becomes a carrier of transformation, delivering reversed anxiety energy to every cell, every tissue, every organ, programming your entire physical being with the new pattern of complete peace. You become aware that the garden is now breathing with you, its entire ecosystem synchronized with your respiratory rhythm. As you inhale, every plant in the garden inhales with you, drawing in any remaining traces of the old anxious patterns from the very air itself. As you exhale, every plant exhales with you, releasing into the atmosphere streams of pure, transformed energy that create a bubble of absolute peace around your resting form. The tree against which you rest begins to share with you its deepest wisdom about the nature of sleep itself. Through direct transmission of knowing, it shows you that sleep is not simply the absence of wakefulness, but rather a positive state of consciousness in which the most profound healing and transformation can occur. The tree reveals to you that the intensity which once manifested as anxiety is actually the perfect fuel for this healing sleep, providing the energy necessary for your body and mind to perform the deepest possible restoration. As this understanding flows through you, you feel your entire relationship with sleep beginning to transform. Sleep is no longer something that happens to you, but something that you actively participate in, something that you co-create with the infinite intelligence of your own body and the vast network of transformed energy that now surrounds and supports you. You understand that tonight's sleep will not be passive rest, but active healing, powered by the very energy that once troubled you, but has now been completely reversed and redirected toward your highest good. The floating islands above you begin to release gentle showers of what looks like stardust, but feels like liquid peace. As this cosmic rain falls upon you, each drop carries within it a complete reversal of some specific anxious pattern that once lived in your body or mind. The drop that touches your forehead carries the reversal of worried thoughts. The drop that touches your heart carries the reversal of anxious feelings. The drop that touches your hands carries the reversal of physical tension and restlessness. As more and more of these drops of reversed anxiety fall upon you, you feel yourself becoming saturated with transformation. Every pore of your skin opens to receive this gift, and as the liquid peace soaks into your body, you feel a warmth spreading through you that is unlike anything you have ever experienced. This is not the warmth of external heat, but the warmth of internal transformation, the warmth of energy that has found its true purpose and is now flowing in perfect harmony with the deepest patterns of rest and renewal. The great tree begins to wrap its roots more closely around you, not constraining you, but embracing you like the most loving parent, embracing a child who is ready for the deepest, most peaceful sleep. Through these roots, you feel the tree sharing with you its own capacity for rest, its own ability to remain perfectly still, while simultaneously growing and healing and transforming. You learn from the tree how to be completely at rest while still being vibrantly alive, how to sleep so deeply that healing happens at levels you never knew existed. Your consciousness begins to settle into layers, like sediment settling through water, each layer representing a deeper level of rest, a more profound level of transformation. The surface layer of your awareness becomes perfectly calm, like the surface of a mountain lake at dawn. The deeper layers become progressively more still, more peaceful, more saturated with the reversed anxiety energy that is now your most powerful ally in the journey toward complete restoration. As you sink through these layers of consciousness, you discover that each level has its own gift to offer you. At the first level, you receive the gift of physical relaxation so complete that every muscle fiber in your body releases completely, supported entirely by the earth beneath you and the roots that cradle you. At the second level, you receive the gift of emotional tranquility so profound that every feeling state in your being reorganizes itself around the central axis of perfect peace. At the third level, you receive the gift of mental stillness so deep that your mind becomes like a perfectly clear mirror, reflecting only the infinite peace that surrounds it. At the fourth level, you receive the gift of spiritual connection so complete that you feel yourself becoming one with the vast intelligence that orchestrates all healing, all growth, all transformation throughout the universe. As you drift deeper into this extraordinary sleep, supported by the transformed energy that was once anxiety, you begin to discover that sleep itself has layers, dimensions, and depths that you never knew existed. The garden of transformation continues to work its magic around you and through you, and now you find yourself descending not just into sleep, but into the very architecture of rest itself, exploring chambers of consciousness that exist far below the surface of ordinary dreams. In this deepest level of sleep, you discover that you are no longer just resting in the garden. You have become the garden. Your breathing has become the wind that moves through the leaves of every tree. Your heartbeat has become the rhythm that pulses through the root systems of every plant. Your consciousness has expanded to encompass the entire ecosystem of transformation. And from this expanded perspective, you can feel the healing work that is being performed on every level of your being. At the cellular level, your transformed anxiety energy is facilitating repairs and regeneration that normally take weeks to accomplish. Every cell in your body is bathing in the pure essence of reversed anxiety, using its concentrated power to rebuild, restore, and optimize every aspect of your physical being. Your immune system operates with the efficiency of a master craftsman, guided by the focused intelligence that was once scattered in worry, but is now perfectly directed toward healing. Your nervous system undergoes a complete recalibration during this deep sleep, with the pathways that once carried anxious messages being rewired to carry only signals of peace, security, and profound well-being. The neural networks in your brain reorganize themselves around the new pattern of reversed anxiety, creating connections that will ensure that peace, rather than worry, becomes your default state of being. As you rest in these deepest levels of sleep, you become aware that the garden around you is not static, but continuously evolving, growing more beautiful and more powerful with each breath you take. New flowers bloom in response to your transformed state, flowers that have never existed before, each one a unique expression of the particular way that your anxiety has been reversed and transformed. These flowers will remain in the garden forever, gifts to future visitors who will benefit from the transformation work that you are doing right now. The tree of complete reversal, against which you continue to rest, shares with you its most profound secret, that every being who has ever experienced anxiety and learned to transform it adds to the tree's power and wisdom. Your transformation is not just healing you, it is contributing to a vast network of healing energy that extends throughout all of existence, helping to transform anxiety into peace for countless others who will follow the path that you are walking right now. Through the tree's consciousness, you become aware of all the other beings who have rested against its bark, who have learned the secret of anxiety reversal, who have contributed their own transformed energy to the great work of healing that this tree facilitates. You feel connected to them across time and space, part of a vast community of healers and transformers, all united by the understanding that anxiety is not a curse, but a gift waiting to be unwrapped and revealed in its true form. In this deepest sleep, time begins to behave differently. Minutes stretch into hours of healing, while hours of restoration compress into moments of perfect peace. You exist in a timeless space where the only measure of duration is the depth of transformation that is occurring within you. Each wave of reversed anxiety that flows through your system carries with it the healing power of eternity, and each breath connects you more deeply to the infinite source of peace that exists at the heart of all reality. The floating islands of crystallized calm that rest upon your body begin to merge with your energy field, their accumulated peace becoming a permanent part of your own consciousness. You realize that you will carry these islands with you always, that they have become part of your energetic anatomy, ensuring that you will always have access to the deepest levels of peace, no matter what circumstances you may encounter in your waking life. Your anxiety guardian, now fully transformed into your peace guardian, takes up permanent residence in your heart, where it will continue to transform any future anxiety into immediate peace, any worry into instant wisdom, any fear into profound security. You feel this guardian settling into its new home with a sigh of deep satisfaction, knowing that it has finally remembered its true purpose and can now serve you in the way it was always meant to serve. As you rest in this deepest sanctuary of sleep, you begin to receive visions of your future self, the person you will be now that anxiety has been permanently reversed within your system. You see yourself moving through life with a quality of peace that is so profound it affects everyone around you. You see yourself facing challenges with a calm confidence that draws its power from the transformed anxiety energy that now serves as your foundation of strength. You see yourself sleeping easily and deeply every night, your system automatically accessing The transformed energy patterns that you are establishing right now, you see yourself waking each morning refreshed and renewed, carrying with you the memory of this garden and the knowledge that you have within yourself the power to transform any energy into exactly what you need most. The garden shows you that this transformation is not temporary but permanent, that the pathways of reversed anxiety that are being established in your consciousness right now will remain with you for the rest of your life. Every time you feel the first stirrings of anxious energy, your system will automatically remember this night, this garden, this process of transformation, and will immediately begin converting that energy into its opposite. Deep in this sanctuary of sleep, you feel yourself being prepared for the eventual return to waking consciousness. But this preparation is unlike anything you have ever experienced. Rather than gradually lightening your sleep, the garden is ensuring that the depth of peace you have achieved will be permanently integrated into every level of your being, so that when you do awaken, you will bring with you not just the memory of this experience, but the actual transformed energy patterns that will continue to serve you throughout your life. The pools of liquid peace throughout the garden begin to send streams of their essence directly into your sleeping form, each stream carrying specific patterns of reversed anxiety that will address particular aspects of your life. One stream carries the pattern for peaceful work relationships, transforming any workplace anxiety into collaborative harmony. Another stream carries the pattern for restful evenings, ensuring that the transition from day to night becomes a smooth flow into natural tranquility. Yet another stream carries the pattern for confident decision-making, transforming the anxiety of uncertainty into the excitement of possibility. Stream after stream of transformed energy flows into you, each one programming your consciousness with specific patterns of reversed anxiety that will serve you in specific areas of your life. The entire garden begins to pulse with a rhythm that matches the deepest cycles of your body, not just your heartbeat and breathing, but the slower rhythms of cellular regeneration, hormonal balance, and neural integration. As the garden pulses with these deep rhythms, you feel every system in your body synchronizing with the frequency of reversed anxiety, creating a harmony so complete that your body will now automatically maintain this state of profound peace. Your consciousness expands even further, and you begin to perceive the garden not just as a place you are visiting, but as a dimension of reality that exists within your own being. You understand that this garden of transformation is not separate from you, but is actually the deepest level of your own consciousness, the place where your highest wisdom resides, the source from which all healing and transformation flows. This realization brings with it a profound sense of empowerment and security. You understand that you will never be separated from this garden, that you can return here whenever you need to, simply by remembering this moment and allowing your consciousness to descend once again into these depths of transformed peace. The garden is not a destination you must travel to reach. It is your permanent home, the ground of your being, the sanctuary that exists at the core of your own consciousness. As this understanding settles into the deepest levels of your awareness, you feel a shift beginning to occur. The quality of your sleep begins to change, not becoming lighter, but becoming more integrated, more stable, more permanently woven into the fabric of who you are. You are no longer just sleeping in the garden. You are sleeping as the garden, your consciousness fully merged with the vast intelligence of transformation that this place represents. The tree of complete reversal begins to sing a new song now, the song of integration, a melody that weaves together all the transformed patterns into a single coherent expression of who you are becoming. This song resonates through every cell of your body, every thought in your mind, every feeling in your heart, creating a unified field of reversed anxiety that will serve as your new foundation for living. In this deepest sanctuary of sleep, you rest in the knowledge that the work is complete, that the transformation is permanent, that you have discovered not just how to reverse anxiety in this moment, but how to live from a place where anxiety automatically transforms itself into peace, where worry naturally becomes wisdom, where fear spontaneously evolves into love. In this final sanctuary of the deepest sleep, where time moves like honey through infinite space and consciousness expands beyond all boundaries, you begin to experience the most profound truth of all, that transformation is not a destination, but a way of being. Not something that happens once, but something that continues eternally, each moment offering new opportunities for deeper peace, greater wisdom, and more complete integration of your transformed nature. The garden that surrounds and fills you begins to reveal its ultimate teaching. You discover that every element of this sacred space, every tree, every flower, every pool of liquid peace, represents not just a tool for transformation, but a living aspect of your own awakened consciousness that will continue to grow, evolve, and serve you throughout your entire life. The garden is not a place you visit, but a reality you inhabit, not a temporary healing experience, but your permanent inner landscape, always available, always welcoming, always ready to facilitate whatever transformation your soul requires. Your peace guardian, now permanently established in the sanctuary of your heart, begins to share with you the deepest mysteries of reversed anxiety. You learn that every being who has ever lived has access to this same transformation, that anxiety is not a personal failing, but a universal opportunity, a cosmic invitation to discover the infinite power that lies hidden within the most challenging energies. Your guardian shows you how your own transformation contributes to the healing of all beings, how every moment of peace you generate ripples outward through the fabric of existence, blessing countless others who may never know the source of the sudden calm that touches their lives. The tree of complete reversal, your own spine and nervous system in its most awakened state, begins to pulse with a new rhythm now, the rhythm of eternal transformation. This rhythm is not bound by the cycles of sleeping and waking, but continues constantly, ensuring that the work of anxiety reversal never stops, that every breath you take, whether asleep or awake, continues to generate more peace, more wisdom, more healing energy that serves both your own highest good and the good of all life. Through the tree's vast root system, you feel yourself connecting not just to the earth beneath you, but to the entire network of consciousness that spans all dimensions of existence. You realize that you are now part of an infinite community of beings who have learned the secret of energy transformation, all of them contributing their own unique gifts to the great work of healing that is always happening throughout the universe. The floating islands of crystallized calm that have merged with your energy field begin to multiply, each one carrying within it a specific aspect of your transformed nature. One island carries your new relationship with challenge, where difficulties are instantly recognized as opportunities for deeper peace. Another carries your new relationship with uncertainty, where the unknown becomes a source of excitement rather than anxiety. Yet another carries your new relationship with time, where each moment is experienced as eternal, and each eternity is compressed into perfect presence. As these islands continue to multiply and integrate into your consciousness, you realize that you are becoming a living library of transformation, a repository of wisdom about how any energy can be converted into its highest expression. This wisdom is not intellectual knowledge that you must remember, but embodied knowing that expresses itself naturally and effortlessly through every aspect of your being. Your sleep continues to deepen, but now it deepens not into unconsciousness, but into what can only be called superconsciousness, a state of awareness so profound and complete that it encompasses both the deepest rest and the highest awakening simultaneously. In this state, you discover that the apparent contradiction between sleeping and being awake dissolves completely, revealing a third state that combines the healing power of deep sleep with the clarity of perfect awareness. This superconscious sleep becomes your new natural state, available to you not just during these nighttime hours, but as an underlying foundation of consciousness that you can access at any moment of your life. You learn that you can move through your daily activities while simultaneously resting in this deep sanctuary of transformed peace, that you can engage fully with the world while never losing your connection to the infinite source of tranquility that you have discovered within yourself. The garden around you begins to prepare for your eventual return to ordinary consciousness. But this preparation is unlike anything you might expect. Rather than gradually lightening your sleep or slowly withdrawing the support of the transformed energy, the garden instead begins to compress itself into a form that you can carry with you always. Every tree, every flower, every pool of peace begins to distill its essence into seed form, creating a collection of transformation seeds that will be permanently planted in the soil of your consciousness. These seeds will remain dormant in your awareness until they are needed, and then they will instantly sprout into whatever form of transformed energy the situation requires. If you encounter anxiety, the anxiety to peace conversion seeds will immediately activate. If you face uncertainty, the uncertainty to excitement seeds will begin to grow. If you meet challenge, the challenge to opportunity seeds will burst into bloom. You understand that you are being prepared not just to remember this experience, but to live from it, not just to benefit from this transformation personally, but to become a source of transformation for others. The garden is ensuring that when you return to your ordinary life, you will carry with you the actual capacity to create gardens of transformation wherever you go, to plant seeds of reversed anxiety in every situation you encounter, to be a living demonstration of what becomes possible when consciousness remembers its infinite power to transform any energy into its highest expression. Your anxiety guardian, now fully evolved into your transformation guardian, shares with you the final teaching. You learn that mastery of energy transformation is not about controlling or manipulating energy, but about understanding its true nature and cooperating with its highest intention. Anxiety, your guardian explains, is simply life force energy that has become confused about its direction, like a river that has been flowing in circles instead of toward the ocean. The work of transformation is not to dam the river or change its course through force, but simply to remove the obstacles that have been preventing it from flowing naturally toward its destination. As this teaching integrates into your deepest understanding, you feel every remaining trace of resistance to anxiety dissolving completely. You realize that you no longer need to fear anxious energy because you now know its true nature and purpose. Instead of seeing anxiety as an enemy to be fought, you now recognize it as a friend who sometimes gets confused about the best way to help, and your response to anxious energy becomes one of loving guidance rather than fearful resistance. This shift in perception creates a profound change in your entire energy system. Where there was once a part of you that contracted in fear when anxiety appeared, there is now a part that expands in welcome, ready to facilitate whatever transformation is needed. Where there was once tension and struggle, there is now flow and cooperation. Where there was once a sense of being overwhelmed by energy, there is now a sense of being empowered by it. The pools of liquid peace throughout the garden begin to merge into a single vast ocean of transformed energy that spans the entire landscape of your consciousness. This ocean represents the totality of all the anxiety that has ever been reversed and transformed within your being, now permanently established as your foundational energy source. You understand that you can draw from this ocean whenever you need strength, peace, wisdom, or healing, and that the ocean will never be depleted because it is constantly being refilled by the ongoing transformation of any new anxious energy that might arise. Floating on the surface of this ocean of transformed energy, you experience a state of being that transcends all categories and descriptions. You are simultaneously deeply asleep and perfectly awake, completely at rest and vibrantly alive, totally peaceful and incredibly powerful. You have become a living bridge between the world of anxiety and the world of peace, a translator who can instantly convert the language of worry into the language of wisdom, the language of fear into the language of love. As you float in this ocean of your own transformed energy, you begin to see visions of your future unfurling before you, like a flower blooming in time-lapse photography. You see yourself moving through life with a quality of presence that immediately calms and centers everyone around you. You see yourself facing challenges with a serenity so profound that solutions seem to appear spontaneously. You see yourself sleeping peacefully every night, your system automatically accessing the transformed energy patterns that you have established, your dreams filled with continued explorations of the infinite landscapes of peace that exist within consciousness. You see yourself becoming a catalyst for transformation in others, not through teaching or preaching, but simply through being a living example of what becomes possible when someone fully embraces their capacity for energy transformation. Your very presence becomes a reminder to others of their own infinite potential, and your peace becomes a permission for others to access their own deepest tranquility. The vision expands further, and you see the ripple effects of your transformation extending far beyond your individual life. You see how your peace contributes to the peace of your family, your community, your world. You see how your transformed anxiety adds to the great reservoir of transformed energy that is available to all beings, how your personal healing contributes to the healing of the collective anxiety that has affected humanity for so long. You understand that your journey through this garden of transformation has been not just a personal healing, but a sacred service, a contribution to the evolution of consciousness itself. By learning to transform your own anxiety, you have added to the knowledge base of what is possible for all beings. By establishing these patterns of reversal in your own energy system, you have made it easier for others to access similar transformations. As these visions integrate into your consciousness, you feel yourself being prepared for the gentle return to ordinary awareness but you understand that this return will not be a departure from the garden, but rather an expansion of the garden into your everyday life. You will carry this transformed state with you always, and you will discover that the ordinary world, when viewed through the eyes of transformed consciousness, is itself a vast garden of transformation opportunities. The ocean of transformed energy on which you float begins to generate gentle waves that rock you like a cosmic cradle. Each wave carries within it a specific gift for your awakening life. Waves of unshakable confidence, waves of spontaneous joy, waves of effortless wisdom, waves of natural compassion. As these waves wash over you, you feel each gift being permanently installed in your consciousness, ready to express itself naturally and effortlessly in your daily experience. Your transformation guardian speaks one final time, its voice now indistinguishable from your own deepest wisdom. You have completed the great work of anxiety reversal, but this completion is also a commencement. You are now ready to live as a master of energy transformation, to meet each moment with the knowledge that any energy can be converted into exactly what is needed to be a source of peace in a world that thirsts for tranquility. Rest now in this final sanctuary, knowing that when you awaken, you will arise not as someone who once had anxiety, but as someone who knows how to transform any energy into its highest expression. Sleep and let the integration complete itself, preparing you for a life of unprecedented peace, wisdom, and joy. And so you rest in this final sanctuary of transformed sleep, floating on the ocean of your own reversed anxiety, surrounded by the living garden of your awakened consciousness, held by the infinite love of your own transformed being. You sleep not as an escape from life, but as a preparation for a life lived from the foundation of complete energy mastery, where every breath is a celebration of transformation, and every moment is an opportunity to experience the infinite peace that is your true nature.